Good morning, good afternoon, Spartacat fans. 18 seconds left in warm-ups here in the rather chilly Egan Civic Arena East Rink, because there's open skate and bumper cars on the West Rink, which is just lovely, lovely. Girls are done with their warmies. Apologies for the strange light refractions. It's like the hockey gods are shining down upon us today. Let's go with that. Looks like we have a full squad today. Cottage Grove on the other side. This will be our first time to face them in district play. Cottage Grove skating with a substitute goalie. Their goalie Stella is still on the injured reserve list. So Hastings has graciously agreed to lend out their goalie. And we're going to get going here with this District 8 game, second of the season. Spartacats versus Cottage Grove. The puck drop is now. Bredimus, Oberhammer. Up front. Bredimus wins that back down to Holman. Ebersteiner tried to get that up. Bredimus at the side boards back to Ebersteiner. Sorry, back to Holman. Oberhammer takes that puck, gets her pocket pricked, and here come the Wolfpack. Back at the blue line for Ebersteiner and Bredimus. Bredimus trying to backhand there. Shot on goal, gets paddled aside by Levine as Oberhammer takes it in the corner, drops it for McCabe. That one goes behind the net. Levine gives a quick glance. Holman trying to clear the zone, gets helped out there by Bredimus. Bredimus need to pass it up. Cottage Grove shot on net, saved by Levine, sliding across. Bredimus gets it up for Ebersteiner. Spartacats having trouble getting it cleared out of the zone. Cottage Grove able to keep it in once again. Holman over to Oberhammer. Holman gets taken down, no call. Oberhammer trying to get that over to Ebersteiner, and does. Ebersteiner on a rush here. Shot on goal. Goes left of the net. Oberhammer gets it out to the point for McCabe. McCabe trying to get a shot off, loses it. Takes a secondary effort there. Oberhammer again. Shot goes high and wide. Sign of life for the Spartacats. That one's back for Oberhammer. Oberhammer taking to the center, shot on goal, gets deflected aside. Loose, then covered. Another couple shots there for, or opportunities there for the Spartacats. Simons takes that draw, gets it over to Anderson. Back down to Anderson. Anderson trying to keep it along the boards. Simons trying to poke hand that deeper. Still fighting for it. Abbott comes in. Sends that behind the net into the corner. Wolfpack sends it over. That was for Getke. Bosberg. Centering opportunity there. Gets deflected aside. Wolfpack able to keep it back into neutral zone, and that one got picked up by Getke. As she brings that in, sends that in to the other side of the ice. Simons watching, goes by her stick. Getke back up front for Anderson. Anderson tries to backhand, glove save by the Hastings netminder. Shots at an even 2-on-2 early in this first period. Third line out, or the third line, not necessarily in a specific order. Reynolds takes that draw. That one gets all the way out, tipped by Holman at the last minute. McCabe's going to be first on it for the Spartacats behind Levine. McCabe sends that up the boards. Cottage Grove initially able to keep it in and then back out was Kelly. Reynolds back to the stick of McCabe, who was able to get it out. Cottage Grove brings it in. Trying to take a shot, but didn't have enough time. Holman takes that one away, sends it all the way around for Reynolds. Reynolds got that up briefly to McCullum. McCullum fighting after. They got Kelly in the center there. Kelly needs to rush on that puck, and now does. Up for McCabe. McCabe centers. That one's loose in the slot, and back into neutral zone for Holman. Holman got pressure on. Tips that. Nice pass over to Kelly. Kelly streaking up the boards, sending to the center. She gets tripped aside. No call. Poke to the sideboards there. That one goes on net for Levine, who shimmies it into the corner. Holman up and out. That one's going to go all the way into the neutral zone. Caught by Cottage Grove as they regroup and break back into the zone here. Cottage Grove shot goes wide into the corner. Holman first on for the Spartacats. Gets it up the boards to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner not able to get it out. Goes back to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove clears it behind the net. McCabe trying to get that to the boards. Reverses around the other direction. She'll try that way. Now up the boards for a breakout to Spartacats. Cottage Grove able to keep it in. Holman in the corner. Holman trying to get that over D to McCabe. Does. Back up to Oberhammer. Oberhammer keeps it on to the outside. Wolfpack able to keep it in. McCabe, centering opportunity, gets deflected by Ebersteiner, and Holman picks it back up. Holman's going to look for an exit strategy. She's going to find it, but not able to get all the way out as Wolfpack keep it in. Back to defend is McCabe. McCabe passes it up and out. And here comes Oberhammer. Oberhammer and Bredemus enter the zone on side. Ebersteiner shot right into the goalie's glove. Couldn't get much more accurate than that. 9:13 left in the first period. Simons wins the draw over to Gacke. Gacke with a pass across the slot over to Abbott. Abbott goes back to position, skates away from the puck. Anderson there to pick it back up. Anderson gets it deeper into the zone. And Simons and Anderson look to recover and do. Anderson gets taken down. Simons in to provide pressure. Anderson tries to center, no one out front. Getke, Anderson looking out front. Anderson looking to center. That one goes in front into the slot, or into the crease and covered. Nice offensive opportunity there by the Spartacats. Shots 4-3. And here comes Reynolds and Kelly and McCullum. Your forwards, Bodsberg and Abbott. Your defense. Reynolds sends that back to the point for Abbott. Abbott takes a shot that goes into the corner behind the net. Cottage Grove carries, picks up the boards. Bodsberg sends that back in. Nice job to hold the point there by Vivian. Kelly looking to regain control. Back up the boards. That one kept in there briefly by a couple Spartacats, and Kelly will dump that back in onside. And everyone has to regroup to get possession back. That one gets sent to the boards. Abbott looks to keep that in. Gets a little help there by McCullum. Cottage Grove sends that up the boards again. Pass ahead. That one's going to get sent all the way down for an icing whistle. And there it is. 7:51 left in this first period. Scoreboard says Articat versus the Elf Pack. But we know what it means, don't we? Bredemus back at the draw. Oberhammer at her left side in the slot. That one gets one over to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner's still trying to fight for it, able to keep it in with some nice pressure. Help out there by Bredemus. Oberhammer picks it up, sends it towards the front of the net. That one's intercepted by Cottage Grove as they send it up. May not get there in time, but Holman with a nice back check to keep that out of danger's way. Centering opportunity goes through the slot, up and almost out. Bredimus tries to back with the wing. Cottage Grove still able to keep it in. Here comes Bredimus. Bredimus does get that back to the neutral zone. Cottage Grove dumps it back in. They had just touched up, so no offsides. McCabe surveying her options, gets it up and over to Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends that across ice. Bredimus not able to get there in time. Ebersteiner comes in to help out. Bredimus able to get it up and out. And here comes Oberhammer on a one-on-one opportunity. Kicks it to herself, gets around one, just loses at the last minute. Trying to find a place to center that up. That one goes back up for Holman. Holman shoots high and wide. Cottage Grove trying to get that up the boards. McCabe and Oberhammer. That one goes all the way down. That will be another icing whistle. 6:31 left in the first. Not a lot of offensive opportunities on either side, as the icing whistle brings us back down to Spartacats offensive end. Spartacats 1-0 so far in the early part of the season for their district play. Wolfpack sends it back up to the blue line for Bodsberg. Bodsberg trying to get that over, but will recover in neutral zone anyway. Turns, looking for some space for herself. Takes it to the center. Bodsberg with a nice rush. Sends it, gets up, deflected off a stick. Simons picks it up behind the net. Cottage Grove recovers. Cottage Grove sends it up the point. That one's going to go, you guessed it, all the way down. Looks like it is going to make it. Icing is the whistle. As we go back down again with 6 minutes left in the first period. Simons, Gakey, Anderson, Bodsberg, and Abbott. Here's Spartacats on ice. Simons, shot towards the net, goes behind. Cottage Grove picks it up and sends it to the boards. Gakey there. Gakey trying to pull it off the boards for herself. Gets into the hands of Cottage Grove. Abbott back to defend. Got 4 Spartacats back. Shot on goal goes behind the net. So not really a shot on goal. Shot towards goal. And here comes Bodsberg. Bodsberg trying to keep it to the outside for herself. Gets it up to Getke. Getke with some room ahead of herself. Shot. Last second fouled aside by the Hastings netminder. Anderson comes in with a force and able to get it back down the ice. Once again, icing is the call. We're going to get there one icing at a time. Spartacats doing a good job of not icing the puck. Cannot say the same for Cottage Grove, but we will take it. Reynolds, Kelly, McCullum, your forwards, McCabe and Holman back. Reynolds trying to get that back to the slot. Kept in there briefly. Holman takes a shot that goes low. Pounded into the corner. Need to get someone back out front. McCullum trying to center that again. That one gets loose for Kelly. McCabe steps up, not able to get there in time. That one to go back down the ice. Not going to be far enough for icing. As Cottage Grove takes a whack on net but misses. McCabe centers, goes over to McCullum. McCullum picks that up. Kept in there by Cottage Grove. Holman sends it back out. Here comes McCullum again, trying to get it around one. But Cottage Grove able to keep it in. Holman sends it up the boards, trying to find McCullum. That one gets deflected back in as well. Loose out front. Reynolds picks that up along the boards. Gets it over to McCullum, who is able to get it out. McCullum picks it up. McCullum sends it in onside. It's got Kelly coming in with her with Reynolds. Centering opportunity goes there. Intended for Kelly. McCabe. That one goes up and over. Holman will have to retrieve. Didn't get far enough for icing this time. Holman sends that up for McCullum. McCullum catches it, tips it out. Cottage Grove able to stop progress there, and here comes Cottage Grove, sends it in and passed. Icing waved off, and they know it was onside anyway. McCabe bringing it around, gets around some pressure there, sends it back out. Cottage Grove brings it in offside. Puck's back down. Bosberg picks that one up. She brings it into the outside, tries to center, get through. She's got 5 Wolfpack right in front of there, but able to keep it back in. Abbott first on it, takes it back. Abbott gets around one, gets it over to Overhammer. Overhammer loses the handle on it, but able to send it in back into neutral ice. That one goes by a couple, and here comes Bredimus. Bredimus turns around, fires to the side. Cottage Grove not able to keep it in. Back in for the Wolfpack. Abbott up and out. And now it's a foot race. Interference on that far side. No call. That one sent back up. Bosberg holds it at the point, steps around one, takes a shot. Covered, loose, still loose, not covered. I would not have blown that whistle, but I'm not on the ice. Puck down for Simons. Cottage Grove pushes aside. Simons going to pressure. Anderson kicks it ahead with a skate. Shot on net. Surprised the goalie. Able to deflect it aside. Getke, Bosberg not able to keep it in. That one's going to go all the way down. Abbott gets there first. That one gets lost in the skate of the ref. And here comes Simons. Simons sends it across for Anderson. Anderson able to pick it up there. Anderson shot in front, gets deflected behind the net. Getke watching. Able to get it over to Simons. Shot goes wide. Nice opportunity there. Nice interception. Anderson trying to hold that puck on the boards. That one goes up for Abbott. Abbott not able to keep it in as Cottage Grove comes the other way. Nice pass up to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove takes a shot and goal. Puck's down for Reynolds. He pushes that over the side to McCullum and Holman. They bring that up. Reynolds trying to recover there. That one goes back in, onside, offside. And Cottage Grove brings one forward. Nice job by Holman to defend. Cottage Grove taps that one in, and McCabe will be the first on it for the Spartacats. McCabe sends that up the boards to McCullum. McCullum trying to center that to Kelly. Kept in by Cottage Grove. Shot on net. Deflected aside by Levine. Shot towards the crease, gets tapped. Cottage Grove able to keep it in. Holman trying to clear the slot and does. Shot tipped up into the glass, goes to the side of the net, covered by Levine. Setting the sizing is wrong. I know how to fix it, but I do. Bredimus trying to win that over to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner over to the sideboards. Player down, but getting back up. Out front. try that again. Bredimus at the point. Loose in the slot, picked up by McCabe. McCabe sends it up for Overhammer. Still loose. Overhammer trying to get that up, and McCabe gets that up and out. Back offside for the Wolfpack. Bredimus pushes that draw forward. Recovered by the Wolfpack. Holman sends it up, but not out. Loose, Levine, over to McCabe. And that's first period. We will be right back with second period action. Second period. Goalie's ready. Simons to take the draw. Wolfpack brings that in. Abbott gets that up but not out. Back behind the net is Bodsberg. Takes it around. Trying to find Anderson. Anderson gets there. Anderson finding space for herself. Here comes Anderson. Shot on goal. Deflected into the corner. Back up to the point. Kept in briefly there by Bodsberg, but Cottage Grove sends that up off of a skate of Anderson. Cottage Grove in. Abbott to Bodsberg. Bodsberg sends that up. Cottage Grove able to get that to the center. Cottage Grove shot goes behind the net. Getke going to be first on it. Here comes Getke. Has that taken away. Shot hard and low, wide of the net. Bodsberg ties up the offense. Gets pushed down. Sent out front. Levine got a leg on that. Someone get the puck. Back out for Anderson. Interference to call, I believe, on Cottage Grove. So Spartacats will go on their first power play of the game at 12:35. Power play unit: Reynolds, McCabe, Holman, Cullum. Penalties on the board. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Puck is down. Reynolds over to McCullum. McCullum trying to send that back over to Reynolds. Cottage Grove coming the other direction. Cottage Grove takes a shot wide. Reynolds picks that one back up. Centering gets intercepted by Holman. Cottage Grove briefly had it there. Here comes McCabe. McCabe keeps it to the outside, brings it in onside. Cottage Grove gets it right back out. They're going to send that one down all the way for an icing whistle. 12 minutes even left in this second period. 56 seconds left on the power play for the Spartacats. Bredemis, Ebersteiner, Overhammer, your forwards. Holman and McKay back at D. Back to the point for Holman. Holman takes a shot low. Ebersteiner. That one just goes wide, couldn't quite tap it in. Back up to the point for Holman to try again. Holman takes shots forward, sends it wide of the net. Bredemis. To Overhammer, that one trying to get cleared by Cottage Grove. Back to the point for Holman. Holman gets blocked, kept in by McCabe. Shot on goal, that one gets tipped aside. Overhammer, back up for Holman. To Bredemis, flex that aside, no one out front. Ebersteiner behind the net. Into the corner for Cottage Grove. Overhammer still working on it. Cottage Grove the other one. Got 3 seconds left in their penalty kill. Holman and McCabe. Holman to Overhammer. McCabe sends it in. Cottage Grove in their zone. That one goes back to neutral ice. Holman sends it in to the zone. Back out. Bredemis gets it to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner still loose out in front. Bodsberg or Bredemis had a goal. Shot Ebersteiner and covered there at the side of the net. Shots on goal 12-8 in favor of Spartacats. Wolfpack up 1-0. Puck down. Anderson tried to send that one deep into zone. Simons providing pressure, picked up by Anderson. That one gets towards the net. Simons will pick up behind, need to get someone out front. And here come the Wolfpack. Swarm around the puck. Goes back into the zone momentarily, and they send that down for, this has to be the 20th icing call of the game for the Wolfpack. Very undisciplined, if you ask me. And that's a lot. We haven't had a lot, actually. This is a shift. It's going to happen right here for Simons Anderson. Getke sends that into the corner. Wolfpack back up the boards. Getke takes a step. Takes a shot hard and low, goes wide. Anderson, another shot towards the crease. Simons out front. Getke tied up there. Nice job by Abbott. Wholesale line change. For the Spartacats, Reynolds, Holman, McCabe, Kelly and McCullum. Puck down, back to Holman. Holman sends that over, nice D-to-D pass to McCabe. Finds open ice, McCabe. McCullum in another zip code, will forward her mail there. Try that again. Puck down for Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get that over to McCollum. Wolfpack picks that up. Sends that off of the skate. Reynolds sends that to the boards. Back for the Wolfpack. They send that in. I think it's waved off. Cabe off to the center. Levine able to keep control. That one goes up the boards and out. 2-on-1 opportunity coming here for the Spartacats. Shot on net. Cullum just needs to park right in the front. That one hits the side of the net. Just barely missed a poke-in opportunity off of an open corner. It's the protector. It's the double lights. Opportunity out front. That one back to the point. Shot low. Loose up front for Abrahammer. No. Back down. Abbott called for it. Picks up the puck. Sends it on net. That one's going to go all the way down again. Back up, Eversteiner. Centers across, overhammer, goal! Spartacats on the board, after 15 shots. Nice pass from the boards, ties it up to 1. Back down for Simon. Simonson sends it over to Getke. Getke surveys her options, sends it up the boards. Back to the Getke. Getke sends it up to Anderson. Anderson tries to get around one, able to take it in. Anderson, shot goes through the slot right above the crease. Back for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack gets around Bosberg, got some ice ahead of them there. Abbott picks it up, reverses back around, sends it over to Getke. Getke has a little shove aside, maybe got away with one there, we'll take it. Hits a stick, gets it out of the zone, over for Anderson. Anderson picks it up, brings it in on side to herself. Simons might have been a little ahead, but it's close. .7:39 left. Shots 15-19. Favor Spartacats. Spartacats tied it up 1-1. Reynolds, McCollum, Kelly at the draw. That one gets dropped down to Holman, who D-to-D pass to McCabe. McCabe loses it in her skates. That one gets sent in. Offside, it could have been onside. Definitely straddling the line. Reynolds back at the draw. Reynolds trying to push that over to McCollum, finds McCollum's stick. Cottage Grove brings that in onside. Holman trying to send that back up the boards. It does get out into the neutral zone. And that one goes back in offside by a mile. Reynolds. Nice job at the point by Reynolds today. Or at the center dot. That one gets back out by McCabe. Back down for Holman. Holman trying to find some space for herself, brings it in on side and trying to rush toward the puck. Reynolds dropped back to keep some coverage. That one gets sent for McCabe. McCabe recovers, takes a shot. That one gets off of a skate out front, up the boards. McCullum sends it on net, recovered there by the Wolfpack. Puck is got stuck in some breezers, still loose. Kept in again, kept in by McCabe. That one's stuck as well. Kelly was heading dry to the net. Here comes Reynolds. Reynolds trying to find some space, sends it on, gets blocked into the corner. That one gets sent around. Out for the Wolfpack, able to get around one. Race for the puck. Won by McCabe with some nice speed. McCabe comes around, sends it up the boards. Kept in, but McCabe gets it right back out. A little pass back and forth. No one wants it. Need to rush that puck, girls. McCabe sends it up the boards. Back to Wolfpack again. Back to Holman. Holman sends it up. Soft pass up. Kelly able to get that up the boards. Wolfpack recover. That one goes back for Holman again. Holman sends it up, and here comes Reynolds. Reynolds gets McCullum with her. Reynolds got around one just briefly. Here comes Reynolds. Reynolds shot hits a side, loose out in front. Holman with a nice back check. Holman brings it up, almost slashed or tripped, still looking to regain control. Back out front. Bredimus shot. Loose, deflected aside. Back to the point. Holman able to keep it in. Kelly skates by it as she goes off for a change. Wolfpack bring it up. Nice job by McCabe to get it up the boards. Ebersteiner and Oberhammer there. Ebersteiner gets around one. Ebersteiner and Bredimus come in on side. Ebersteiner has that pocket picked. Ebersteiner trying to center that. That one gets intercepted by Oberhammer. Oberhammer still trying for it. Trying to get it out front. No dice. Wolfpack not able to clear the zone yet. Bosberg picks it up. Pulls it to her forehand. Shot out front. Ebersteiner right into the belly of the beast, and goalie's able to cover. 4:10 left in the second period. Shots 18-9. Puck down for the Spartacats. Getke to Abbott. Abbott not able to keep it in. DDD pass to Bosberg with a nice little pass. Bosberg has it lost in her skates. Oberhammer coming to help out. Dig, dig, dig. Oberhammer brings it in on side. Ebersteiner trying to pick it up. Back to Bredimus. Bredimus sends it across to no one. The puck the other way. Bosberg picks it up. Reverses around. Gets it up to herself. Bosberg brings it in. Gets it over. Oberhammer trying to get some pressure there, and that one gets dumped in by Abbott. Wolfpack picks it up behind their own net. 3:30 left in period. Getke sends a shot. Glove save. By Cottage Grove. Simons to Getke. Getke with nice forecheck pressure. Getke around looking for a wraparound opportunity. That one goes through the slot. No one there at the corner to poke it home. McCabe not able to keep it in the zone. Holman will go back to recover. Holman sends that up for Getke. Getke sends it back for McCabe. McCabe trying to send that up for Simons. Wolfpack able to get that in on net. Levine leaves it for Holman. Holman sends it all the way around for Anderson with a nice pass. And here comes Anderson to break out. She gets around one. Here comes Anderson with the opportunity. Gets her pocket picked at the last minute there. McCabe trying to get that up. Holman skates, sends it over to McCabe the other direction. McCabe trying to send it up to Anderson. Wolfpack able to keep it in. Anderson trying to get that out. Trouble at the blue line. Now he gets sent deep for Getke. Getke takes it off the boards. Gets it up to herself. Getke again brings it in. He's got Anderson out front. Getke shot, glove save. Hastings, goaltender for Cottage Grove. Shots 20-9. Abbott keeps that in at the blue line, gets it over to Kelly. Wolfpack happy to send that all the way down for the 102nd icing whistle. Kept in there. Wolfpack loses an edge. Kelly and McCullum trying to get it. Bodsberg trying to evade pressure. Keeps it. Gets it to the side. Bodsberg gets it into the zone onside. Wolfpack recover. Back up to the point for Bodsberg. Bodsberg trying to send up for Kelly. Up, but not out. Bodsberg. Kelly. Back to Bodsberg. Bodsberg finds her. And Wolfpack the other direction. Intercepted. Kelly gets that up. Cullum with a forecheck, trying to find pressure. Forces the pass. That one rings around. 58 seconds left. Up. Past Bodsberg. That one shot hard and wide. Kelly recovers. Kelly brings it to the center. Trying to find space for herself and does. Here comes Kelly. Kelly's got one more to beat. Gets around. Shot gets deflected aside by Cottage Grove. Back up to the point for Bodsberg, able to keep it in. Back up past Reynolds. Back out for Bodsberg. Back for Abbott. Abbott takes a couple steps aside. Oberhammer picks that up. Up to Abbott. And that'll be the second period. We'll be back for the third. Back for the third period, back for Holman. Holman to McCabe. McCabe bringing it forward, finds Oberhammer. Oberhammer brings that in onside. McCabe. Oberhammer trying to keep that in. McCabe does. Again, still kept in. Nice job with the blue line. Ebersteiner trying to provide pressure. Oberhammer trying to regain control. That one goes back into the court for Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner trying to get out front. Bredemus had control of that for a split second. And Bredemus slides into the boards. Shot on goal goes wide. Up the boards for Oberhammer. Oberhammer gets that over to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner, Oberhammer, 2-on-1 opportunity here. Shot, glove save, and brought back in. Simons take the face off. Simons to Getke. Getke having trouble with it. Kept in and now back out. Icing waved off. Abbott sends it over Bosberg. Bosberg able to get around one. She's got space ahead of herself as she puts on the Jets. Bosberg coming, shot. Save. Puck down for Simons. Anderson. That one goes by Abbott having trouble getting a stick on it. Gets sent behind the net for Bosberg. Up to Anderson. Anderson gets up and around. Nice job by Anderson. Anderson coming in alone. Got Getke with her. Getke shot. Goes high and wide. Back to the point for Abbott, able to keep it in. That one goes loose for Anderson. McCabe picks that up. McCabe trying to find space. I'm sorry, that's Abbott. Abbott comes in with Getke. Abbott pulls it to the center, trying to find her forehand. Anderson, shot, goes it to the front. Kept in there briefly by Anderson. Nice job. Getke applying pressure. Getke and Bosberg working at the point. Keep it in. That one gets stuck on some sticks. Abbott sweeps in. Keep it in onside. Nice pinch there by Anderson. And that one goes out back into the neutral zone for Bosberg. Bosberg carries it through center ice, trying to find space for herself. Gets around, takes a shot. Out, rebound front. Anderson missed a wide open net. Getke trying to pick that back up. Brought in by Cottage Grove, 10:41 left. Getke sends that around the boards. Trying to find Holman. Cottage Grove keeps it in and dumps it back behind the net. Bosberg tried to get around one, but unable to. Centering opportunity, hits the side of the net. Centering again. Sent to the boards. Back to the blue line and in. Holman recovers. Tries to get around one, just needs to clear the zone. Back for Bosberg. Bosberg has her pocket picked.
Get rid of it! Get rid of it!
Bosberg skates back around. And here comes Kelly to McCullum. McCullum sends it to the boards. Cullum able to get it out. Cottage Grove offside. Bredimus Oberhammer. Oberhammer with a nice opportunity to try to get a rush there. Cottage Grove sends it towards the slot. McCabe pokes that away. McCabe sends it up the boards, trying to find Oberhammer. Cottage Grove not able to keep it in. That one gets sent down. Cottage Grove picks it up, gets it back into neutral ice. McCabe. That one got kicked into the zone. McCabe gets it back out, finds Bredimus. Back for Holman. Holman to McCabe. McCabe up to Oberhammer. Oberhammer gets around one. Finds Bredimus. Bredimus shot. Loose, goes up in the air. Ebersteiner. Back behind for Oberhammer. Cottage Grove trying to get to the sideboards. McCabe there to defend, goes by her stick. Race for the puck here. Holman's going to win that one. Out front, goes through the slot. Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner trying to get up to Bredimus. That one hits the blue line, kept in by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove behind the net, trying to center, blocked there by McCabe. Bredimus went for the puck, tried to pick it up, missed. Back behind the net. How'd that happen? Not sure how that stayed out. That isn't for sure. Simons sends that to the wall. Anderson trying to pick it up. Simons picks it up. Will bring it back behind the net. Simons trying to hit Getke. Finds Getke. Not able to get it out. Bodsberg. Not able to find space. Getke gets it out. Getke to Simons. Getke sending it up the boards for Simons. That one goes in onside. Simons trying to apply pressure. Getke and Bodsberg need to wait for a clear. That one does. Back to Abbott. Abbott. Abbott again has pressure behind. Bodsberg with a nice reversal move there for Anderson. Anderson gets it up and out. Number 6, able to pick it up. Passes up, intercepted by Getke. Simons working on it, sends it in deep into the zone. 7:05 left in this game. Getke, shot, goes wide. Anderson and Getke trying to get the rebound. Getke sends it in deep, behind the net. And here comes Cottage Grove with a lot of ice. They decide to stop, shoot. Bodsberg pulls it to herself, pulls it to the center. She's got one ahead of her. Bodsberg towards the net, gets her pocket picked at the last moment there. Back up for Reynolds. Reynolds, shot on net, goes wide, shot! Puck's in the net. Puck's in the net, nothing's covered. Puck's in the net. Come on. Looked like it was in. Back down. Kelly fighting for it. Reynolds. Reynolds. Back McCullum. Back out for McCabe. McCabe sends it on net. Reynolds, nice job to keep pressure. Holman picks that up. Holman turns around, takes it to the outside. Holman has McCollum with her. Holman shot. Loose out in front. .556 left in regulation. Shots 26-10 in favor of the Spartacats. Back up for Holman. Holman shot towards the crease, loose out in front. Cabe able to keep that in, sends it to the top of the circles. Back for McCabe, back for Reynolds. Reynolds, McCabe, back for Holman. Holman gets it up the boards and out. Not far enough for icing. Cottage Grove picks it up, sends that D to D. That one in for Cottage Grove. Out front, covered by Levine. .511 left. Regulation. Puck's loose, trapped underneath Bredimus. Pad save Levine. Back over to the sideboards for Oberhammer. Oberhammer pushes it back into the corner. Sends it up for Oberhammer. Sends that nice pass to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner trying to keep it to the outside. Shot kicked aside. Bodsberg brings it to the center. Oberhammer trying to find a centering opportunity there. That one gets picked up by Brennus. Back to Oberhammer. Back out front. Ebersteiner had pressure there. That one goes back up to the blue line for Bodsberg. Bodsberg sends it over to Cottage Grove. Bredimus able to recover. Spartacats bring it in. Gets caught in the ref's feet. Shot on net goes behind. Bodsberg looking to defend. That one kept in. Back for Bredimus. Sends it to the corner for Oberhammer. Oberhammer sending to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner shot! Gets deflected. Goes behind the net. Still fighting for it is Oberhammer. Oberhammer trying to pull it to herself and off the boards. Takes the skate. Gets around one. Shot. Gets pushed aside. And the Spartacats will go back on the power play. Cross-checking on Cottage Grove. Oh, it's on us. I stand corrected. Penalty is on. Penalty is on Spartacats. Puck's down. Starting opportunity goes wide. Getke sends it up and all the way down. Icing is the whistle. Puck into the slot. Holman Got that one. That one's still loose. Goes behind the net. Sending opportunity there. Watched by Levine carefully. Wrap around opportunity. Still loose to the side. Minute 6 left in the penalty. Puck's down, pushed aside to the sideboard. Simons back to McCabe. That one sent up. Centering opportunity, paddled side by Levine. Here comes Getke. Getke trying to pass it up for herself. Cottage Grove sends it on net. Blocked by Holman. That one goes back into neutral zone. 2:44 left. Getke trying to apply pressure. That one goes up. Nice pass. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Brought around. Cottage Grove sent on net. Deflected aside by Levine. Centering opportunity. Still loose. Backside again. Loose. Nice save by Levine. Still loose. Up. Levine covers. Seconds left in this penalty kill. Reynolds at the draw. That one sent over. Loose in the slot. Comes Anderson. Anderson keeps it to the outside. Applies pressure. That one goes over to the other side. Kept in there by Bosberg. Bosberg trying to make her way to the net. No one out front. Bosberg still making their way there. That one gets sent all the way down. Spartacats back at full strength. Sent up, back in. Back into the neutral zone. Oberhammer applying pressure. Oberhammer missed the shot there. 1:24 left. Reynolds keeps it in. Oberhammer sent across. Anderson shot. Save. Cottage Grove. Shots 30-18 in favor of the Spartacats. Down for Brenmus. Brenmus sends that back in. Spartacats not able to keep it. We'll have to let the shots back up. Offside is the whistle. Ha! It's very funny. Puck's down for Bradimus. Cottage Grove not able to clear. Kelly trying to get that up. Cottage Grove the other way. That one goes up into the air. That one high. Good back check by the Spartacats. Back loose. Clock's running. Back up for Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner able to get it into the zone. Kelly picks it up. Kelly trying to bring it to her forehand. Bradimus. Bradimus to McCabe. McCabe sends it in behind the net. Ebersteiner trying to center that there. 38 seconds left. Bradimus trying to pull it off the wall. That one goes around the other direction for Cottage Grove. Back up for McCabe. That one will go all the way down. Icing waved off. 15 seconds left. Holman needs to bring it up. 7 seconds left. Shot goes wide. 4 seconds. This one's going to end in a tie. And that's how we'll end it. 1-1 tie. Gross. We'll be back at some point. I don't know when the next game is. I don't think it's before the holidays, so we'll.
Next Saturday.
Oh, there is. There is one next Saturday. We will see you then against Rosemount.
Maria will not be here.
And Maria will not be here. All right, I'm not supposed to say that part out loud. Okay.